Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to shoot a quick video on my feeding reservoir and my pumps and what my setup looks like. If you've seen my videos in the flower room, you have seen my water distribution setup, manifold, whatever you want to call it, where it distributes the water coming from the garden hose to 16 smaller hoses that go to each plant. So this is the other end of it. So this is in my laundry room. This is my little workstation. Yes, it's dirty. I spill stuff. What are you gonna do? But I got a 44, I think it's a 44 gallon brute barrel. That's left over from last night. I watered last night. I always have a little bit left over in the bottom, but I recently just replaced my pump. So I've been using this pump for a while, but I just replaced it. The one that I had was 2 years old and it was still working, but I felt like the flow was a little less than it used to be. And it was just full of gunk, and I couldn't imagine. I'd rather replace it before it goes than have it shit the bed on me and be stuck. But anyway, so I just replaced it. So we put the brand new 1/3 horsepower submersible pump, Superior. Like I said, it lasted me 2 years with all this grime and, all the nutrients build up and everything. It was still going strong. So I think 2 years out of a $60, $70 pump is really, really good. Now, this is what I'm really excited about. I had found this online, and I was reading about it, and there wasn't many videos about it, specifics. But even with that, I thought it was a good idea. I was looking at it and I'm like, yeah, I should buy that and try it. So the other day I'm at my local grocery store and they had like 10 of them all of a sudden. And I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, what's up with these mixes? These Aeromixers. He's like, man, a lot of people are buying them. We stocked them. We had a couple people asking about them. We stocked them and we sold like 12 already in a week. And I can see why. So let me explain to you what this is and why I have two pumps. This is a mixer. It also aerates at the same time. Now, I've used aeration stones before and air pumps to try to mix this water. But, when I got 40 gallons in here and it's like pretty much full, you're aerating it, but it's really not mixing it. Sometimes if you get a really aggressive aeration setup, then you're kind of mixing it, but you're still getting sediment at the bottom of your reservoir. And that's wasted nutrients. It's buildup that you don't need or want. And it's just annoying. My barrel always had some sediment at the bottom. And if I mixed it up with my paddling oar, because that's what I used to use to mix, was just a paddling oar, you could see it all, get kicked up, and it was obvious you had sediment at the bottom. So what this bad boy does is it basically just sucks it up. It's a pump. It can also act as a pump like this can. So it has an attachment where you could attach a garden hose to it, and it can act like a submersible pump. So it is a pump and it's an aerator. You can't use it simultaneously though. So you can't have it, set up to aerate and connect the hose to it. It's one or the other. So that's why I use the second pump still. So this is my pump that actually sends the water into my flower room, where this is actually just pumping and mixing and swirling the water, while the nutrients are in there. And it also can handle up to 1/2 inch solids. So what that means is if you have any buildup or, any type of solids, any gunk in the bottom, this thing's just going to suck it up and shred it and send it back into your, your mix. So you turn this thing on and you got like a whirlpool. It's crazy. It aerates. I took a video last night, which I'm going to cut to in a minute just so you can see how it looks with the reservoir full. And I also keep it running while I'm feeding. So it's constantly keeping that reservoir mixed. You're not getting any sediment. Like I said, it shreds up any solids into very small, finer particles. So it's easier for your pump and, your hose and your system to deliver it to the plants. Hopefully less buildup. We'll see on that. But $200, well, I think it was like $220 for that. $70 for that. So $300, my pump setup's done, and you can see both of them. So this one with the hose, that is the Superior pump, and that pumps it into the room. And then that other one on the side is the actual Aeromixer. So that just mixes it and aerates it. And the aeration is nice, you know, it helps your pH, it stabilizes your pH, gets rid of your chlorine. I ran it for like a half hour. I'm going to run it for about a half hour with the full reservoir before watering, you know, just to give it at least a half hour, maybe longer, but I would say at least a half hour. And if you want to run it longer, go ahead. I don't really see a reason to, or to waste the electric use and, you know, beat up on the pump itself. So I think a half hour to an hour prior to watering is plenty. You're going to mix it up nice. You're going to aerate it. So yeah, if you have any specific questions that I didn't cover, let me know. It does have all different attachments as far as, you know, your hose connections or whatever, if you did want to use it as a pump. And then this little piece right here, that's your aeration intake. So that's why that hose is going to the pump, and it's just hanging out here. That's just sucking in the air that it's using to aerate the water. So I like it, guys. I'm real excited to have it. I'm happy that it was, you know, kind of what I expected. I thought that it would aerate and pump simultaneously, but it will not. So you have to decide how you want to use it. And I didn't want to have to change out the fittings and attach the hose every time, because that's just a pain in the ass. So I went with just the second pump like you see here. But thanks for watching. Any questions, definitely let me know. And I'll be posting up a new video in the flower room probably this weekend. All right, guys, later.